Hello, Kim Townsel here. Welcome back to my channel. It's free to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, leave me a word of encouragement. We're getting close to the competition. Let's see what I was able to do this week.
I actually felt like a human again this week. I was over whatever was going on in my head. I had a lot of activity. I did an hour of yoga on Monday night, and then on Tuesday I got in there and did some bench work, which we'll see here. I was still sore with my lower back twinging a little bit. I had some soreness on my hams and glutes from Sunday. I was trying to build those up, so I thought I'd just go ahead and do bench on Tuesday. I did 4 at 75. I've warmed up, did a lot of sets of warming up, and here you'll see me doing towards the end, or I think actually the last set, I did 4 at 75, and before this I had done 3 at 95 with Leon assisting me, and before that I did 3 at 85, 1 all me and 2 with Leon assisting.
I don't even know if I want to know what these things are.
After doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sets of bench that night, I decided to work on my back because my back was still twinging, and I'm of the school of if it hurts, don't give in to it. See if you can work around it and try to strengthen it. So I went to reverse hoppers, which I really like and had not done for a long time. When I first started off, these just made me super dizzy, but I was able to start off here with 17 at 90 pounds and felt really strong, and it didn't hurt my back.
That was too easy. I'm putting another 50 pounds on there. Usually doing 17 makes me see stars, and I'm barely winded.
I was really surprised because I ended up going up to 140 from the previous 90 pounds, and I didn't think I would be able to do very many sets of this at all, but I actually did 17 at 140 pounds. Then for the very last thing I did on Tuesday night was I did another 17 of 140 pounds on the reverse hyper. So I was pleased with that. I just really didn't want to have my back hurting going into the competition next week. This is how to leave equipment because someone else's starting point may not be our ending point. Gym etiquette. Friday I got 7 hours of sleep. I was very happy because I weighed in 110. That's pretty close to what I need to be. I wore high heels all day and still decided after a full day of work to go in and do squats. So I did my warm up of 6 at 45, and here you'll see me doing 3 at 95 pounds. I just cannot find a rhyme or reason really in this training. This time I've gotten stronger on my bench, which I guess is because my shoulder doesn't hurt like it did all of last year. But it just seems like my squat is making moderate progression, but not like I thought, and then my deadlift has just deteriorated. That was 125. I think I reached depth on that. I'm going to show you 135, and I had questionable depth on this. And then the second attempt at 135, I put my hair up in pigtails so I could tell the difference in the videos. I don't think I made depth on this one. The second one is a little questionable. I tried to screenshot it on my phone and put it on Facebook because I have a lot of powerlifting friends to see if they can judge it, but I never could get the screenshot where I thought I was breaking parallel, so it looks really kind of sketchy, but you can see, we'll see what you think. But if I can do 135 next Saturday, then I can set a new state record for my age and weight division. So I'll leave it to the judges to see. It was hard to get up, but I made it past my sticking point. I didn't even wrap my knees. I keep forgetting about wrapping my knees. This is the screenshot I put on Facebook. It's just, I'm not sure. So after doing that, I decided to do the things that works on my quads and my rear, my glutes and all that stuff the most, and that are good mornings. I did 5 at 65, and then I decided to go up. I put my belt on because my back was still a little tweaky. I did 5 at 85, and I just leaned over and kind of held it for a little bit until I could feel it. And then I did another set of those a little bit slower to try to really activate those muscles. Then I went back out into the room 1 and I did some back extensions because I just need to feel that weight on my back. I warmed up with 6 at 130 pounds, and then went up to 140 pounds and did 6. That's what you see here. And then I went up to, or maybe this is a 145 pounds. I can't tell, my feet are in the way. But I did 6 at 145 pounds, which is a personal best. Then I got on the adduction machine, and I did 6 to 70 on each way, and then I went up to 80 pounds to see what I could do on that, because I thought I'm just gonna this is the last time I can give these muscles a run for their money. So I'm gonna do it. It's Friday night. Now I'll tell you how stupid this was in a minute. And then I went up to 90 pounds to see what I could do on 90 pounds, and I actually was able to do 5 abductions at 90 pounds, and then I did 3 at 90 pounds for adduction. I had to cheat on that last one, the 4th one, so I didn't really count it. Now the reason why this was so crazy is I did this on Friday night, and then I got up and my mom and I left for Birmingham at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I did a 5K for my brother. For Kid One Transport, they do a thing called Trick or Trot. So I went and did that in the morning, and it had a couple of hills in it. I ran some, I walked some, and I gotta tell you, I was sore. All this workout that I did Friday night made me sore. But I went from the Trick or Trot that morning, there's my costume, to dressing up to my son's wedding rehearsal dinner that night, and I was not counting calories or eating clean that day for sure. So I weighed 111 that next day. Then Sunday, I thought, well, I'm going to go and I've got a deadlift. Got to see what I can do. And you're going to see it's not much. I warmed up with 5 at 135, then did 5 at 155, which was fine. So I went up to 175, fully intending on doing 5 reps at 175. Look at that. My rear end was so sore I couldn't even pull it up. So there were some people in there that were going to do the meet, and we just kind of laughed about it, but I was really kind of embarrassed about it. But I was just too sore from Friday and Saturday. So I decided I would go outside and work on the only body parts that weren't sore, and that's going to be things that might have my bench. I worked on the decline bench and some flat bench dumbbells, some tricep pushbacks, and then some little things that I do because I'm on the computer so much that I've never shown you. I'll show you here. So I got out there and did the decline bench. I did 8 at 45, and then I thought I'm just going to see how many I can do. I did 16 at 45, and then I do another set, my last set, my 3rd set, I do 20 at 45. So while you're watching me do that, if you're still here, I'm going to talk about the whole deadlift thing. I have never really worried about deadlift. It's been super, super easy for me. I have a PR of 225 in the gym. It's videotaped. And I just didn't really focus on deadlift. I was pretty sure I was going to be able to pull over 200 for this meet, but I failed at 175 today. So what I learned was you don't do a killer, aggressive leg session on a Friday night. Do a 5K on Friday morning. Stay on your feet all day for social events all day Saturday, and then go in and try to do deadlifts on Sunday. Lesson learned. So I worked on my bench. I went out and did what I call the flat bench dumbbells. I should have gotten the 25s, but there was somebody using that set, and then there was somebody else in front of them, so I just forgot about it, to be honest, because I was videotaping and trying to get out before they closed the gym. But I did 8 at 20 pounds and on each side, and then I did what you're seeing here, 10 on each side with 20 pounds, and then I ended up doing 15 at 20. But what I did was I did a circuit where I did flat bench dumbbells, what you're seeing here, and then I went on to the tricep pushbacks that you see here, and I just stuck with the 20-pound weights for these. My right elbow is still really hurting me almost every day, if I were to be honest about it, but I'm just going to persevere and get through it anyway. So after I did this, I did what I call wrist twist and then finger curls. I've forgotten about doing the tricep pushbacks. They really are helpful, and I wish that I'd been remembering to do those, but I just really had a hard time the past month finding more than 2 or 3 days to train, and that's just going to have to be it. I'm changing kind of my goals and perspective for Saturday. But these are what I call wrist twist. I can say this. I saw these somewhere where they were talking about people who were on the computers a lot, who their fingers and their wrists got like kind of just cramped up and all. And I've always had trouble with my hands cramping up from writing too much and being on the computer. So with doing these, it may look stupid, but it helps me with my hands and my elbows. It really and truly does. So I just usually sit and do these when I'm in between like 2 other exercises, because I hate just sitting unless I'm in the power room and not doing anything. So I did 40 of these on each side, then I did 50, and then I ended up with 40 at the end. But remember, I did a mini circuit of flat bench dumbbells, tricep pushbacks, wrist twists, finger curls, and then I went back and repeated all this. So these also help me with my hands. I just started doing these because I was bored sitting there waiting on doing something, and I found out that they actually help my fingers. I'm hoping I don't get arthritis in my fingers, but my fingers are starting to bend and look a little weird and twisted, and these help straighten them out. And I don't know what the magic was, but they did. So I did 25 of these, 25 the second circuit, and then 25 the last circuit. And then when I finished all that, I was out of paper, but I went out there and did some deltoid flies. I did 8 at 40, and I did went and did some calf presses, and then I came back and did 9 at 40, which you're seeing here, and did the calf presses that I videotaped, and I'll show you in a moment. Came back and did 8 more deltoid flies at 40 pounds, and then I cranked up the calf press to 240 pounds. Right here, I'm only on 225, and I was able to do 10, and so that's why I cranked up to 240 for the last set. I'm going to show up Saturday because I don't want to skip a year for powerlifting, and I don't think I'm going to make a grand showing, but I will be there.
Thanks for watching. Remember, it's free to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or share the video if appropriate. See you next time. Bye.